Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be going over my reasons why Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring connects to life. Let's do this. Number 1. Quotes. There are a lot of meaningful quotes in this movie, no joke, and I'm not talking about
"One does not simply walk into Mordor."
Seriously, that quote somehow became really popular on the internet for some reason, but really some quotes are actually pretty meaningful, such as how I discussed in my previous journal entry. The quote, "I don't know half of you half as well as I should like, and I like less than half of you half as well as you deserve," refers to friendship. I know what you guys are like hearing that. It makes your mind want to explode. Another quote said, "Shortcuts make long delays," which is usually true in life. When you take a shortcut, not mattering if it is trying to be Amphetam's Minecraft parkour map, I'm sorry, I can't think of another example. Anyways, another example is cheating on a test. There usually will be a long delay along the road. I just scratched the surface with meaningful quotes in this book, and there are thousands more good quotes in this book. And there are still more to come in the next book. Number 2. Good versus evil. The main theme in this book is good versus evil because both sides are so elaborate. On one side, they're the protagonists, which consists of elves, dwarves, hobbits, human, and wizard. And since there's so many races in this book, some of the characters don't get along very well. The other side, the antagonists, are seemingly limitless in numbers, and whenever one attacks, they're usually a million more behind him. However, they aren't skillful in many ways, and they're not very diverse. There's also one giant force, Sauron, which is supposedly one giant eye, or Gandalf couldn't stand a chance. To be honest, I have no idea how a team of disagreeing protagonists could go against a beast that huge, but you get the point. There's a lot of action in this book. This applies to life because there are good people in the world, and mostly good, but there's some others that are the opposite. Number 3. Addiction. If you watched or read Lord of the Rings, you know what I'm going to say. If you haven't read Lord of the Rings, it will be the last thing you would expect for me to say, and that is the ring itself is an addiction. Why? Because Sauron, the evil force in this book, created the ring, and when Sauron was temporarily defeated and left the ring, that ring had evil power within it, and it drove Bilbo and Gollum mad. In The Hobbit, Smaug took over the gold in the Misty Mountains, and when they regained the place, Thorin was obsessed with the gold and became selfish, another example of an addiction. In life, this is an analogy to drugs and how they are addictive if you give it to them, because these things have power over you. Number 4. Everyday heroes. What do you know? It's what we're learning in language arts right now. There are so many unlikely heroes in this book. The most notable example is Frodo. He started without hesitation avoiding danger after danger. Maybe overused the ring in the first book though, nearly dying. That was just the beginning of Frodo's adventure though. Other hobbits, including Sam, Merry, and Pippin, also came along. Imagine the bravery. Frodo wasn't really an ordinary everyday hero that helped save the world. The hobbits were nearly powerless compared to elves, dwarves, or man. In other words, a heart is more powerful than a blade, and you don't need to be a warrior to achieve great things. And finally, number 5, technophobia. I didn't think I'd be saying this because of how I personally don't agree with this statement, but J.R.R. Tolkien, the author of Lord of the Rings, is resistant to technology. This is shown during the prologue when it states that hobbits aren't built for complex machines, but are better with basic tools.
But where our hearts truly lie is in peace and quiet.
This also somewhat refers to life because J.R.R. Tolkien himself stated that the modern world is ugly, makes people less self-aware, and most importantly, the separation from man and nature. These are my examples of how Lord of the Rings applies to life. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, this is Herobrine Craft signing out.